What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're on a subscriber account, Sunbody Help. Now, this one has a free unequip for the next couple of days, so we're going to try out some new builds, roll some gear, and see what we can do. Let's talk about a few of the new builds that we're going to be using today. Now, this is Summertime Azaria, which this player did not have built. It looks like we can still get in some reforging. That'll help improve her stats. What I'm really going for is around about 230 to maybe even close to 250 speed. That way I can utilize her with a fast AoE damage dealer, and I want to have 200% effectiveness here, so that'll be increased a little bit once we're able to do that reforging. Now what I want to use her with right now is Knockwall, so we have her at 273 and 150. Ideally, I would like to bring her up a little bit higher as well. She's on a little bit of a scuffed build, but these have some really good speed rolls. Ideally we would upgrade this to like a hit set later, and that will bring her up to that 200 mark. Next, we have up a damaged Lilius. Now this player wanted to cleave a little bit. I actually don't like a damaged Lilius cleave, but might be kind of cool. On a 20% CR boost here and 206, right, then she's going to cut about 250, maybe 255 speed easily. Now you don't have any effectiveness, so her S number 2 is not going to work that great. We also don't have any Molagoras here, so we could get 20% extra damage, and you could get 4% more damage here if you put her on Portrait of the Saviors. And I'd like to see her at 350. We don't quite have that much yet. Let's go ahead and go down to Arunka. We're going to be using her as well. Now, this player built this one himself, which is why we don't have a favorite on it. Looks like this is as high as it gets. So at 6,500, we want to see what kind of damage we're going to get from this Lilius. We also want to see what kind of damage this Arunka is going to be putting out. Now, normally I would only be using her against heroes that have a barrier, because we get the extra penetration right here. But I want to test out the damage that we get from 6,500 attack. Now, another way that you could do this, right, is you could come into a Senya. Now, this Senya, I think, is pretty well built. I would like to see 19,000 health here, but otherwise pretty good when you use the greater attack buff exclusive equipment, and then you put her faster. Like, let's say I put her at like 220 speed with like 6,000 attack. 70% greater attack buff on 6,000 is going to put her above 10,000, which means you're going to do more damage with that Lilius. Now, that also means you're going to lose your functionality on what is a pretty well-built Senya, so that can be problematic. But that's another way that you can run her. Really high attack with that greater attack buff, and she'll hopefully do much more damage. Here we go with a test battle on Fire Lilias. Now, she does not have any Molagoras, so we'll see how that is. Today we're using Knockwall, and she is going to boost up this Zarya. Hopefully she doesn't kill everyone, because I do want to see what this S3 on Lilias is going to do. Oh man, we don't land onto, well, we don't land onto anyone, really, do we? So much effect resist, we still don't land. Let's go ahead and we're gonna hit you. Very good. Now we get a free soul burn, and we have to do it on someone. I want to do you. Get that stun. Very nice. So let's go ahead and see if we can get everyone on stun. Recently built this Summer Azaria as well. There we go. And now the moment of truth. So Arunka has like 6,500. So I want to see how much it does, probably, I guess, on this Maid Chloe here, since we're probably not going to get a crit. So we'll pay attention to her and let's see how much damage we can do. Okay, 7,800. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, especially considering that we can use 3 more Molagora in here, but I kind of thought it was going to be more damage. I did. Let's see how much we're going to do. We can get Extinction here. Can we kill the Maid Chloe on the next round? She's going to have it. I think we can. Let's go ahead and we're going to go for this kill. Arunka is a recent build. I did not build her, but she looks pretty good. I mean, if you can get her up to like 8,000 attack, she'll do much better. But this one, pretty nice. Oh, she does have a silence. That's good. Let's go ahead and go into this Ken.
You really want to fight?
And I think we're going to go ahead and... yeah. Let's activate. Oh, it's a single target activate. I thought it was an AoE activate.
All right, try me.
No counter attack there. Very good. Knockwall doing a very good job against this martial artist Ken. That was a little unexpected. This whole time I was avoiding him because I thought he was going to murder me. Knockwall pulling it through. Very nice. Looks like we get the win here. Although a little disappointed. I suppose with about 8,000 you can get another, 1,500 or so once you get the full Molagora. You can probably get 5% more damage as well when you put her onto something like a Portrait of the Saviors. That puts you at around about 10,000. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit higher. We're going to want to try and get her up to at least 350 crit damage while keeping Arunka at about the same attack. Next up, we're going to try and build a Benevolent Roman. Now, he recently got a buff where, you know what, honestly, I don't even know what his buff did. I saw it, and then I didn't think it was going to be any big deal, but some people seem to like him. Some people seem to think he'll be the meta, and it's really because he's going to add in some RNG. When we see his S number 3, 75% chance to silence for 2 turns, which is crazy. But only 75% does not ignore effect resist. Now what you can do is you can soul burn this, get an extra attack. If they're silenced, then you do mana burst, and then now it knocks down their combat readiness. So he can take down 2 buffs, which means you can't hide behind immunity with then a shield. And I mean, hopefully he'll be able to knock everyone down, and then you'll be able to go next. Problem here, again, you can get 15%ed. The problem here is you can get counterattacked. The problem here is only 75%. Similar when you're looking at something like a Euphine, then you don't have that 100% chance, which means that sometimes she just stands there and does nothing, which I don't particularly like. Now, if we look at his last awakenings, this guy's only level 50. His last awakening is a little bit of effectiveness, so that'll be good. But he only has 112 base speed. If we want to use him with something like a... If we want to use him with like an Azaria, then we need to put him at 240 speed with a ton of effectiveness. So let's see how fast we could get him if we just wanted to do it this way. 248, that's not bad. 166 plus 12 will be 178. A little bit low. Let's see what else that we can do here. This ring, only 5 speed. Not going to cut it. This 18 speed might be better onto someone else as well. This one is okay. 21, that would be better on someone else. And this 13 speed, again, better on someone else. Let's see if we can build this up. But first, let's see if we can roll some of these effectiveness rings with a little bit higher speed to, finish out this build. Effectiveness rings are just one of those things where you're kind of plagued with them, but they never roll how you want. So we're going to go into equipment conversion, and you know what? I don't really have enough. I can roll 1 or 2. That's about it. This one comes into attack, crit chance, crit damage. It's not what we're looking for, and probably not something I would roll. I think this player has quite a few of those ones. Here we go, no speed, so not having any luck. Can I roll one more? I would want to have something with speed. I would want to also have some hit. Maybe we can pull in something like this. 40% chance that we don't get what we want, though. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and try it. Why not? So we used it all up. We did get speed, attack, health, effect, resist. No speed substat, though, so not something that we can use. Let's see if we can try and roll some weapons. Now I'm gonna use these epic craft here to roll a speed weapon. See if we can get something. We do see, hey, it's not too bad. We see attack, crit chance, effectiveness. I'm gonna keep this one. It doesn't roll into health. We can mod that into crit damage or speed. Overall, pretty good weapon. I am looking for something that's going to be relatively good for speed and effectiveness here. This one, good as well. I like it. Now, this bottom one has health, so you'd probably want to put it onto a health-based attacker or someone like maybe if it rolls high into speed, you can put it on like a Ran or something like that. But since it doesn't have attack, we're really looking for speed, crit chance, and crit damage. Let's see what else we can get. Okay. Speed, attack, crit, chance. We want to avoid that effect resist, but 33 starting value. Pretty nice. Not getting anything else that we're looking for, though. Always happens when you want to build someone. And you're like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. That's exactly what you're not going to get. And then, right as I said that, there we go with a weapon. So let's see. You're going to be nice to me, right? It's not my account. I know that you hate my account, but it's not my account, so you can be nice to me. Here we go. Where we want a 29. We start with a 30. We do get a 7 into attack. Very good. Okay, and then we get a 6 into health. So I want to be at a 52. I'm at a 49. Is that right? No, I want to be at a 47. I'm at a 49. And that seemed off. That was level 88. See, we get on our +9 roll, we get a 5 into effectiveness. So right here, I want to be at a 56. I'm at a 57. It's pretty good, but no rolls into speed, which is really what I was after. No rolls into speed. See if we can go to +12 here. If I can get 4 speed, that would be 7, 8, plus another speed roll. That would be 13, and that would be enough. We don't get it though. I want to be at a 66. I am at a 66, but did not roll what I want. So we're gonna see if we can use that one. But let's go ahead and we are going to keep moving forward. This one here, attack, speed, crit damage. I want to be at a 38. I'm at a 41. I want to be at a 47. Now I'm at a 51. So overall doing pretty well. But again, completely avoiding speed. 5 max roll. Hey, pretty good. Want to be at what, 57 here? 58 at a +10. I'm at a 63. Overall, very good. We're getting lots of crit chance. Now I want to get attack and speed on my next 2 rolls here. So let's see if we can log some of that. And we don't. We get effect resist. We're at a 74. I want to be at 66. Way over getting great rolls. The problem is, it's just not rolling into what I want to roll into. Max crit chance, 2 5s. Very nice. Another 5, 15. What? That is amazing. 6 right there into health. I wish that were attack. Now, when I mod this, it'll be 8 to 11 attack, so you're not really losing anything modding into that, but not what I wanted to see. Another max roll into crit chance. Fantastic. Now this one, I want to beat at 66. I'm at a 73. It'll hit 80 easily. Lots of amazing crit chances. Will probably reforge into like a 24 or 25. But man, how many times am I just going to completely avoid rolling into speed? Not one time? Min roll there. So we get a 85. 85. But look at that, 24 into crit chance. This is going to reforge very nicely. You can either use it onto the HP or take it into attack. Now that didn't work out, but we did get a pretty good weapon. Let's see if we can keep this going. We see speed, crit chance, crit damage, 28. I want to be at a 29. That one works out pretty well. Speed, nope, not gonna keep that one. A lot of you who are rolling for speed, I think in sort of where my game is right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm rolling pretty much for speed because I have so much of the other kind of gear. I think a lot of you would probably roll that. This guy, he doesn't have a lot of charms, so we're not going to roll it today. Again, just avoiding everything. How can you roll so many pieces of gear and not get one speed roll? You know what the likelihood of that is? I've probably rolled, what, 12 times? You have a 25% chance to get speed. To miss it is 25% times 25% all the way to 12. That's probably like a 2% chance to miss completely on speed the entire time. That is the craziest thing ever. So crazy. And we do have a pretty good set of crit damage here. Let's see what the +9 roll is. Okay, this one we're going to go ahead and let go. I want a 57, I get a 54, but I would have to mod this probably into crit, right? So not something I think that I'm going to keep. We're going to go ahead and move on with the next pieces. Let's go into equipment conversion now. It's got quite a lot of equipment conversion pieces, and let's see if we can get, oh, we can't, look at that. Barely any. Let's just use it and see. I guess we're going to go with the speed weapon since I cannot get hit chance. I'm going to have to find that hit chance somewhere else. This one, 32, very nice. Again with the health though. Again with that health. Ideally, I think what I would want is to get something like speed, HP, attack, effectiveness. I think that would be pretty good. This one is a 28. I'm going to go ahead and let that one go and keep going here. Speed, attack, no effectiveness. I want a 29. I get a 24. Let's see if we have any more luck with this. I don't want to use them all up. I want to save a few. Speed, health, attack, no effectiveness, and really low here as well. I probably should be extracting these. Wow. Wow, just not my day. Let's see, let's speed check that one. Let's roll one more first, and then we'll speed check that one. See what we get. This is the one, I can feel it. This is not the one. Same. Same, I'm getting a lot of that. Speed, crit, crit damage, and health. A lot of these ones. We finally roll into speed, +2. Max roll into crit chance now. And a near max roll into health. This one's looking pretty good. I'm getting low here, but I think this one pretty good. That's 2 speed roll, kind of hurt a little bit. Let's see if we can just speed check this. Nope. So we don't get triple speed. We're just going to go ahead and let that go. This one we're going to save. This one, let's go ahead and speed check this one as well. There's that 4 speed. Here we go, 20, right? Oh man, no. If you have a lot of resources, you can try this again and see if you get that good speed roll, but you don't. So now we're going to let this one go. That's too bad. I got excited for like 10 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. Let's see if we can go into some helmets now. See if this works. Roman, come on. We need some Roman love here. That doesn't sound right. I'm not going to say that anymore. That did not sound right. We want to extract onto the speed and also the hit set. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to sell the rest of these. Yeah, sell all those. Let's see how many of these we can get. Maybe we can roll a few more. Running out of resources, though. This one you can speed check if you want, but it has a flat, so I don't do that. This one, it looks pretty good. I like this one. This one here, if you want to speed check, you can, but it comes in at a 21, which is a little bit low, so we're going to get rid of that. Get rid of all of these. Let's see what we have left. So sell, 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 and then you sell. This one should give us an epic now. Okay, this one has a flat, not going to keep it. This one has a flat as well, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. This one's a sell. This one is also a sell. No one is going to use defense, flat defense, crit chance, and effectiveness. But this one, I like it. We're getting a lot of these health ones today, aren't we? A lot of health ones today. Crit chance, attack, health. Oh, that's too bad. Let's see, just for fun, let's see if we can get some chest plates. This one, not terrible. On the chest plate, I want to have crit chance, maybe crit damage, maybe speed, maybe effectiveness. But it comes in a little bit low at just a 20. This one as well, gonna let go. This one we're gonna let go. Having effectiveness and effect resist on a heroic piece, not gonna be great. Okay, there we go. And then sell, and what are you? Speed, crit chance, crit damage, effect resist. I like it. Can't get attack here, so effect resist, health, defense, those are all good. Maybe even effectiveness would be good as well. You can put this onto, you know, a fast attacker as long as you can roll into these top 3. Since it's hit set, you can modify this into effectiveness if you want, or just leave it as effect resist. We're gonna see how that goes. Let's start with a pair of boots. This one is nice. I like it. We want a 29. We get a 25, but a good max roll right in the beginning. That will brighten it up. Of course, we get a min roll because why not? And then we get a 6, which isn't quite min, but it is, well, a 5 and a 5 is not ideal. Now, at a plus 6, I want to be at about a 47 out of 42, so I haven't made up any ground here. But maybe if I can get a good roll into crit chance and a good roll into attack might be better. I want a 56 here. I get a 50. I'm going to keep going with it. It's a little bit low, but it's rolling in everything I want. I want a 66. I get a 60 at plus 12, right? We went a little bit too high. Did not get that roll into crit chance that I really wanted. So do we really want to keep this onto a hit set? Probably not. We're going to let this one go. And I'm going to go ahead and extract it so I get the 99 cores. I really don't like to do that. Once I get to plus 12, I want to take it all the way. But I just can't see it. Just can't see it. Now let's go into this one. We get a 7 into effect resist because, of course, and then we get more rolls into effect resist. And do we have someone on a hit set who's going to use this? I don't think so. So we're going to go ahead and let that one go. This one here, health, speed, effect, resist. I would like to see defense here, but that's okay. Maybe even effectiveness will be okay. Don't roll into crit damage. Man, so low. So low. I want a 47. I get a 42. I think 4 is the lowest roll, and then 1's the lowest roll, so right right there. And then we get crit damage, so that's fun. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that one as well. Following this pattern of how I go through gear, you're gonna be getting rid of a lot of gear. So you have to kind of get used to when that gear is no longer usable, right? When can we now abandon that gear? Get a 5 and a 5. I want a 47. I get a 44. But in the end, you're going to have much more resources and you're going to have much more gold than you've had before. And the gear that you do have is going to be very good instead of, underpowered and mediocre. So I want a 66. I get a 63. We have 2 rolls here. That makes it a plus 10. Now, if I rolled another 4, that would be 12, 13, 15. So that would be okay. If I roll in a crit damage, though, not okay, right? Not okay. So let's see. I think if we mod this one down here into health, then we have what, like 15 speed, health, effect, resist. That'd be pretty all right. Kind of like that. Let's take it halfway up with this dust so we don't use up all of our charms. And then going all the way. Here we go, speed. We don't. And it's a 5. Man. Okay. I want an 80. I get a 75. Still usable, but not as cool as it would have been. Don't want to roll that today. Let's see what this one is. Now we're just going to speed check this. We get a +2. Then we get a plus garbage. So now we're going to extract. This one, not too bad. We're getting a lot of that health, but I can't use that one for right now. So let's go into this helmet. 4 into crit chance. 3 into speed. Come on, give me a 4. And then we get a 2 into speed. That's fun. So, so we have an 11. 2 more speed rolls at a +3 or +4 each will put us at 19. Still usable. 19 speed is still good, especially for a helmet. 7 there. That one's nice. I want a 66. I get a 70. Not the speed that we wanted, but usable. We want to mod this one down here into something. I'm running out of resources. We'll come back to this one later. +4 into speed. I have not gotten that triple speed roll. But we do get some pretty good rolls, right? If we avoid this flat here, I think that we're in pretty good shape. Let's go ahead and take this up to a +12. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all of that. I want a 66, right? So I've got a 70, which is pretty good. You have to mod this into crit chance. It's going to be 3 to 5 crit chance. So we have pretty decent rolls here. Let's go ahead and do it. And we do get that extra +1 there. Do I have a modification stone? Crit chance modification stone. What was that, speed? I want to see what this one's going to look like. 3 to 6. Give me a 6. We get a 4. We do get an 80 though. And this one's going to take it to a plus 12, 17, 15, 6. That one is a pretty good piece. About a 93. 94. Not bad. Now this piece we did roll before, and I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and take it all the way up. So we get a 4 to an 8 here. Let me get that 8. We get a 7. And now let's go ahead and reforge it. So it's at a 74 now. But we're going to reforge to a 10, a 12. This one comes into 87, a little bit underpowered, honestly. A little bit underpowered. But we have a lot. The reason I did this, we have a lot of heroes this player wants to build who fall under this stat line, right? Things like General Purges, things like Bibulus, things like a lot of the healers and things. They want to be at least 2 rolls into speed and then effect resist while also being pretty tanky. So what's that really going to mean for us? If we have like 115 base speed and we rolled 10, well, let's say 8 to 10 into everything, right? So we roll a 10, a 10, an 8, and an 8, plus 45 on the boots, plus 25 onto the speed set. That's 235. So getting 2 rolls here, right? 2 rolls is going to put you at that 235 to 240, and everything else can go into these really good, juicy, bulky stats. The same thing applies if you want to build, like, say, a Straws, right? 2 rolls into speed, at least 1 roll into crit chance, and then crit damage, and then whatever your last one is, probably attack. Not on this because it's armor, but you would probably want to roll 3, 2, maybe even 2, 2, and 1 in a crit damage, then you're going to have a good hero. Even though we didn't get a lot done today, level 50 Roman not looking terrible. We want to get something like an 11 per piece to get to 240 speed. So a couple of these you see are a little bit under. And when we modify this will bring them up to about 239. This necklace is probably better than I want to put onto him. And then we need a better ring. This is just not going to do it with 5 speed. But we do get 27% effectiveness onto his boots, bringing him to 199. Plus 12, that'll put him over 200. Now we don't really have a book to spare. We also we don't have an Abyssal Crown. So we're going to use Cyber Ren today. Let's go ahead and we are going to try him out. Here we go with Roman. Now, I
I
don't
don't want
think
to
that
do
he's
this
actually going to make any
anymore
kind of
than you
difference at
do.
all, but let's see what happens. We have him at 240, which is just north of her, so I want both these heroes to go first. She's going to jump ahead of him, but at least I want at least one of them to go before her, and then she's at about 230. Now, we could
Your
get
final
a
gaze
counterattack from this Aiden. Let's
will
see what
stay with
happens.
me forever.
There's the counterattack from Aiden. We absolutely have to bring at least one person who can deal with her, or it's going to be
It
very
will
difficult
end
for
with the
us. Let's
passing
go
of a
ahead and we
moment.
are going to, we want to kill
Try not to
you.
feel so
So let's go ahead and
indignant.
take out your passive ability. There we go.
I'll face you.
Now this is a attack all enemies, so it's not guaranteed to hit her, which can be a big problem, but maybe we'll land something, maybe we'll
Give
land a
up
silence
already.
or a defense break.
You'll lose no matter what.
May I
All
help
right,
you?
so we have a 2-turn silence there, 2-turn defense break, 2-turn silence and defense break, and then we get a sleep, which is pretty interesting. Now each one of these is 2 turns now. Was that 2 turns before? Did it extend that? I don't know if it extended that. Let's see if we can land. I want to kill you, but I'm not gonna wake you up quite yet. You're gonna wake her up anyway. Let's go ahead and we don't want you to jump forward. Well, I guess it's not going to matter, is it? Because you're silenced. Let's go ahead and go into you. You do land the
Let's
bomb.
subdue them all at once. It's way
Now
too
we're going
hot,
to blow them
humid,
up.
and noisy here.
And then hopefully we'll get
Never
a jump
did like
on
the
our
city.
Briar Witch Azaria. And then we'll be able to kill everyone. Hey, we landed that as well.
Is it my turn? I'm at my limit. I will end
Aiden,
everything.
such a big problem for these teams who rely heavily on debuffs. can see not
You
doing
know
it.
who I am, don't you?
There we go. And now it's going to be the Aiden show. That two-turn silence, though.
Let's
Look
get
at that.
started.
Two-turn silence. And we hit, and we win. I mean, did Roman do anything? I think
A
he did.
joyful occasion
Came clutch.
deserves a
Next up, let's take a look at this Conqueror Lilius. Now, when I'm looking at this hero, she's too slow. At 262, she's going to be contested with something like a Moonlight Shoe or even something like an Aiden, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to look at what speed gear we have. Maybe we can go with a crit set. I think we can also go with this. Now, ideally, all the pieces that we want for her are going to be health, defense, effectiveness, and speed. I want to get, at least close to 100 effectiveness, and that means that we probably have to get an effectiveness ring, but I just don't have one right now. And let's see if we can pair up something with this hit set. I think that would be pretty good. Not seeing anything. Maybe I can use this one. This puts her at 278, sacrificing just a little bit of health and defense. I think this is going to be a better build. Now let's go into our Tamarin, and we're going to switch her up just a little bit as well. Now Tamarin's a PvE unit, so you don't need her to be, super amazing, right? What we need is for something around about 100 to 105 effectiveness, and then some effect resist. Now, this is the one that just came off of her, so I could put that on, but she's not on speed set. Let's go ahead and try this one. This is HP, effectiveness, speed, crit chance here, which I don't like. Maybe we can mod this one into defense, and that would be a lot better. Maybe even effect resist. Let's go with this. And then let's go ahead and see if we can match that up with something else. Maybe on this helmet, since that's the one that disappeared. That one will work out just fine. So it does decrease her speed just a little bit. She doesn't have to be over 200. I would like her to have more bulk, but because this player went for a lot of effect resist, and that would be okay. Just make sure that when you bring her into a lot of battles, you have to be able to keep her alive, right? If you bring her into something like a Hell Queen or Nightmare Queen, she needs to have enough HP and defense to survive a lot of those counterattacks. Now let's go ahead and look at Sharon. Now, this player asked me to look at his Sharon to see how she was doing. He has a decent build. This is more like a made Chloe build, though, right? 16, 16, 192, some effectiveness, and some effect resist. So you can run Sharon one of two ways. If you run her onto her counter build, you're really utilizing her S number 1 to inflict the cooldown increase. So this is something where maybe you bring a fast ray, like a Moonlight Ray, and then you use her on the next turn after they have Venom, start increasing cooldown and start to shut them down. You don't want to use her S3 after Ray because you don't want to wake them up from sleep. So you can run her faster than Ray or slower than Ray. I don't think that we have the gear to run her fast. So let's see if we can keep this counter set and then try and get some more effectiveness. That way she can really take and use that S number 1 properly. So here's the build that we've come up with, and I think this one's going to work a lot better for her, right? We have a counter set build with hit set and 167 effectiveness, plus her artifact's going to put her over 200. Let's see what this one looks like. This gives her a little bit more crit. We might want to use that for someone else later down the line, that 14% crit there. This one is going to be probably best in slot for her. Yes, I think so. And then let's go ahead and look at this one real fast. 33 effectiveness versus 25 effectiveness. Let's go ahead and set this up and see what that looks like. A little bit more HP, a little bit less effectiveness. I think she's bulky enough with 1717, 167. This one should work. Now let's go build Maid Chloe with that extra gear that we had onto that revenge set. I think that'll work out pretty well as well. And here we go with our Maid Chloe. Now this one does look pretty good. Now, this is only a 5-star, so I want to see about 1500 defense and about 17,000. And then we want to bring her in about 170, 180. I think she'll be good. Anything left can go into effectiveness or effect resist. Let's see what else we have here. I want to really use up this revenge set, but not a lot here. We can make her a little bit faster while removing some of the effect resist. This one here I don't think is going to work. We have one necklace. This one mostly has crit chance. I don't really like to use that. And then we have a ring, again, mostly crit chance, and no boots. So let's go put something else on haste, and that one will work out pretty well there. And then do we want something else here? We don't really need this crit chance and crit damage. I would like to use, I think, one of these instead. And then I think the boots were pretty much set on. We do have a speed pair of boots, but that was going to bring her down to 2 low HP. What you want to do is have her at 180 or so. That way she can go after the enemy damage dealers, and then she's going to be able to remove any debuffs that they're able to put onto you. So that's really what I want to do, right? Let's go, and we are going to, I think we're going to take this set off of her right now, one of these two, and let's see if we can replace one of these onto this other hero. And here's our completed maid Chloe. I do like her, even though I do hate Revenge Set. I think this is going to work out pretty well. She's only level 50, so this is going to come up to 1500 and probably around 18k with 170 effect resist. And you still have some room to give her imprints. And when we look at her gear, it's not ideal, but it does work out pretty well. We see an extra roll here into attack. I would probably just leave it just like this. If you wanted to, you can put it into the maybe effectiveness, but we can't get any defense on the weapon, so no really point in changing it. Now this one has attack again with crit chance. I would not change this. Instead, I would look for a different helmet that maybe rolled something like a HP defense speed effect resist, and that's going to be better for her. If you mangle this helmet and remove the crit chance for something like HP, it's not going to be as good on her as it would be on someone else, so I would leave that alone. This one, not too bad. You have room for an HP or a defense percent here, and it's probably going to look at somewhere like 11 to 14, or you can even come in and get a 4 to 6 speed, depending on how you wanted to play it. And I would do that, either go for defense or go for speed. Going into the helmet here, we do see crit chance again. You can mod this into effectiveness or maybe even flat defense, and I think that would be good. And then coming into the weapon, we see that we have crit chance again here, and I would mod that probably into a speed. If you go with all of those speed, right, 3, then that's going to put you at around about 175. Coming into the boots, they're perfect, don't touch them, everything is going to be good. And then we put her onto Guardian Ice Crystal. What I like about Guardian Ice Crystal is that it gives her effect resist while also giving her an additional heal. On her passive ability, she's going to heal every turn. Guardian Ice Crystal allows her to heal when it's not her turn, but of course there are other artifacts that you could use as well. Pretty much anything that's going to give her better healing I think is going to work. Let's go down into the Maid Chloe artifacts. We see Water's Origin. This is good if you have her tank, something like an A Ravi, but we have Doors for that, so there's no point. Sumadra's Staff would be okay as well. Celestine would be okay, but you probably don't have that many. And Idol's Cheer probably be a distant third choice. So Guardian Ice Crystal, I think, is the best. Celestine, if you have it, and then Idol's Cheer as a third option. But Guardian Ice Crystal, she's going to work out just fine. And once you make those modifications, either going into defense or going into speed, she's going to be perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this video. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.